Hi there, this is Classpad.net, and today I'm going to show you how to construct the circumcenter of a triangle. So first thing I want to do is get a geometry sticky out, and I'm also going to turn off auto labeling because I kind of don't need the points to be labeled at this point. No pun intended there. So I want to make a triangle first. I'm just going to draw one. That's the cool thing with our software. So I got a triangle. It's just a random triangle, right? So it's a general triangle. Could be any triangle. I could make it be right. I could make it be whatever I need it to be. And so the circumcenter is the point where the perpendicular bisectors of all the sides of a triangle meet. So let's construct those perpendicular bisectors. So I'm going to, with my arrow tool, select one of the sides. Doesn't matter which one I start with. And down here under my construct menu, you'll notice I have lots of choices, and I'm going to do the perpendicular bisector. What I like about this is, how do you know it's the perpendicular bisector? Well, if you click on that segment and kind of highlight it, you can actually see the right angle that's been created and the fact that the two sides of that segment are now congruent to each other. You could verify that by measuring. I'm not going to do that because I kind of want to make sure we get through this quickly, but you could verify that the both sides are congruent and that it is in fact a perpendicular bisector, that this angle here measures 90 and this angle here measures 90. We're just going to go with it, and we're going to now do the same thing to the other two sides. So I'm going to select a side, construct a perpendicular bisector, and again, as I kind of mouse over it and highlight it, I can see again, there's my right angle, there's my congruence segments. So last side here of the original triangle, perpendicular bisector. So as I move the triangle, so let's just kind of go to any vertex and kind of move it, you'll see that those perpendicular bisectors to each side remain perpendicular and they remain bisected. Again, I could measure, but that just by visually quickly seeing, we can see that that's what's happening. And it doesn't matter which vertex I'm moving. And I could make my sticky a little bigger here. There we go. Just so we can kind of play around with our triangle a bit more. But whichever vertex I decide to move, it doesn't really matter. Those perpendicular bisectors to each side are staying perpendicular, and I can kind of verify that just by looking at them or clicking on them and seeing. But that point is always connected, right? So all three perpendicular bisectors are connected at this point. So let's actually construct that point so we can see it. So I'm going to select two of, let's go back here. Sorry, I'm having issues with my time. There we go. I'm going to select two of the perpendicular bisectors. Doesn't really matter which one I select, but I'm going to select two, and I'm going to actually put the intersection in. And I think I'm going to also change the color of it just so that we can see it as different. So I'm going to select it, go down to my display options, and let's just make it stand out. Let's make that orange. So there's that circumcenter, right? So it is the point where the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of any triangle are intersecting. And notice, sometimes it's in the triangle, but then sometimes, depending on how I move the vertices, that circumcenter is outside the triangle, and sometimes it can be on one of the sides, and just kind of depends where you're moving it. So why is it called a circumcenter? Well, it can actually be the center of a circle. So the interesting thing about the circumcenter is if I get a circle and use that circumcenter as the center of a circle, so I'm going to construct a circle, watch what happens. It is a circle where all the vertices of that triangle lie on the circle. And again, let's go back to our arrow tool. This remains true no matter how I change the original triangle. That circle is got the triangle. So let's just show you, as I move, that triangle is always inside that circle. So this circumcenter has a circle that circumscribes that triangle. So that's sort of where it's kind of getting its name. So that's just a quick how-to. We will do a bit later some other interesting things when you connect the angle bisectors of a triangle, what kind of point you get there. But this is the circumcenter of a triangle, which is the intersection of all the perpendicular bisectors of three sides of the triangle.